Hey guys, Rock and Robbo back with some more Ball Xenoverse 2 Hero Colosseum matches, this time against SonSantana in the first game. And this is a guy I have played a ton of times. I'm planning to put more of my matches against him on because I honestly have a lot of fun playing against him. He beats me 99% of the time, but we always have a good match. So I learn a lot every time. So this is my Champa deck designed to take down Videl decks. You've seen it a few times in the past. It was a new deck from him. I hadn't seen it before. He was running a Champa. He had a, what was that, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Godku, 01 skill Freezer like me, and I believe that's an Ultra Rare Goku as well. Yeah. So this is actually my favourite deck to use at the minute. Champa and Videl combined with Vegito as well means that anything that they hit is gonna die, which meant that I was going to take down the Champa and the Blue Goku on the right with little to no trouble. It did mean that if I did get outsped though, the reverse would happen and I'd get pretty wrecked up there with my Vegito would obviously die, but Champa would possibly survive. I think that would depend on the counter attack. But no, this was a new deck out of SonSantana, and anytime I beat him, it's usually when he's using a new deck and just trying things out. But hey, I'll take any wins I can against a guy who has 4,000. I'll repeat that, 4,000 matches under his belt. I have 220 at this point. So why the hell anybody actually takes anything I say seriously, I don't know, because I have not got much experience, and Vegito has just blown Goku away there. I won't kill Champa with Videl. No, I will. Damn. Champa's very defensive, that one. He's quite bulky. I thought he might live, but no. And I hit his master for 6,000 as well. Of course, Goku is going to hit me for probably about 5,000. 5,136, so a good first turn for me, taking down two dangerous figures. What did worry me is there's the 01 skill Freezer there, and you've always got to worry when your opponent has an 01 skiller. Especially when I think all of his figures that he uses are like plus 10s, which sucks for me because I don't have plus 10s, I don't have the money or the the time to grind TP medals to actually get the additional figures. But I went for a straight 3 across this time because I knew that all three of these figures, well, Vegito and Blue Jita would both be able to kill anything that stood in their way, and I didn't want to leave a flank open because that's a Godku and he also had his Super Saiyan Goku, and if they both went down that side they would do a lot of damage. That's why I went for 1 across. He was obviously predicting me to stick with Champa, Videl and Vegito, which is why he stuck his own Freezer down the middle, so he wouldn't take any damage. But look at that speed that he's got. That's just ridiculous. But that was the end of this match, I believe, because Vegeta and Blue Jita, Vegito and Blue Jita are more than capable of doing the damage needed to end this. I think it'll be just, actually, it might rely on a counter-attack. Yep, it does. But that was a great game. Like I say, most of the time SonSantana beats me. I will be putting more of my matches on the channel with him, trying to do them live as well, where he beats me, which is most of the time. But he's a great opponent, I learnt a lot from him, and he does have a Twitch stream, so go check him out, SonSantana on Twitch. And here I have my second game, guys, against Hero Senna 1996. Now this is another person I've played a few times. I'm running into the same sorts of people every time now, so you can kind of, for a lot of them, get a feel for what their decks are going to be about. So this was this is no subtlety at all. This is all about making your ultimate gauge maxed and ulting on turn 2 with that Jiren. So it was obvious that it was going to be the swimsuit 18 and the two Gohans locking me in place. Well, no, the two Gohans to build the ultimate gauge, and the swimsuit 18 to lock my figures where they were, which wasn't a big problem because going down the middle, Videl with Kid Buu stood in front is going to do a lot of damage. Now, I wasn't sure whether I'd be able to one-shot the middle Gohan, because it was the health one. So I was kind of hoping I wouldn't, because Videl would go first. So I was hoping that she'd weaken, and Buu would finish it off, so he'd get the 1000 attack boost. So I hope that's what happened. I know that Broly is more than capable of blowing away the Gohan in front of him. And the Swimsuit 18, she's going to do some damage to my master, but apart from that, she's not going to achieve much. Swimsuit 18 is a great figure. I want to try using her in more decks, because the ability to freeze your opponent in place, it can win you a game. I do admit I would probably never use that on turn 1. I would probably throw the 18 down on turn 2, which would give me the ability to predict turn 3 a bit better. But in this scenario, you want the figures locked in place so that they can't change it. Oh wow, Broly wasn't good enough to take down that Gohan. Okay, you let me down, Broly. And I knew Videl wouldn't take this one down, but that was good, because Buu would get it, and he would get the 1000 boost to his attack. Now, I wasn't entirely sure, because he has the Piccolo there, and I think the Piccolo had 01 skills on him as well. So I wasn't sure whether he would throw down the Piccolo to try and protect his master and make sure that he actually got the ult off, because Videl and Kid Buu combined could well do the damage needed to take down Jiren. So, whereas Piccolo has got so much health that it doesn't really matter as much. Also, Broly, you messing up kind of screwed you over quite a bit. I do like Broly, he's a very good figure. He's got 5000 speed, 5000 attack, and he raises your ultimate gauge. I know a lot of people tend to wait with him for turn 3, because that's when you get the most out of him really, but 15% to your ultimate gauge at the end of a turn, can't not put him in. So yeah, here I was expecting, I think I was expecting the Jiren. It didn't matter either way, there was nothing I could do, I just had to sit there and hope that we could do the damage we needed to stop him. Of course, because he's boosting his master's defense, Broly's not going to hit for particularly much, but it will help because it will be a little bit of damage if nothing else. This deck does rely on speed a lot because of, I mean, I have Future Gohan there and Vegito. This deck doesn't have an 01 skill. I try not to use them. I'm not a big fan of 01 skills, or the use of them. I don't like winning via them, because I have no problem against people who like using them. It's a strategy in the game that they've put in. But for me, it feels like you're going into a game kind of saying, you know, I need to have this 01 skill used to win. I don't have enough faith in this deck otherwise, but that's just my personal opinion. I've got no problem with anybody who wants to use them, because playing around them and beating 01 skills feels great. I have to say, a lot of my decks at the minute revolve around having Ultra Instinct Goku or Golden Frieza or various figures like that to either reduce the ultimate power or negate it to a degree. I was a bit worried here because this Jiren's tough, but Buu came through for me. He does a lot of damage, and he's now got 2000 extra attack. He's now over 7000 attack when you add in his boosts for being in the front row. Now, it wasn't too hard to figure out what he'd do next, because, excuse me, like I say, I think he was running 01s on Piccolo, so he was just going to run the Piccolo, and this would unfortunately lead to the death of my Kid Buu, because there's no way I would be able to do enough damage to this Piccolo without him killing Buu. So that was a shame, but when I had Future Gohan and then Vegito waiting in the wings, it's not too much of a disaster. But the amount of damage Buu can put out, you've really got to use him. People overlook him because it's very easy. If you look at him, one of his trigger squares is to the left. Well, people look at that and think, well, why don't I just pick Blue Jita? And it's not it's a good point, because Blue Vegeta, he does have the same ability, and he can hit for just sort of pure damage, because he ignores defense if he's below half health. But Boo, combining the extra 1,000 attack he gets from getting a kill, he just seems like such a good figure to me. I'd like to see him used in more decks, but you've really got to build around him and build a deck that can sort of play to his strengths and make sure that he actually stays alive. Now this one, it kind of did that, because he got 2 kills. Look at that. And the counter attack is just going to put me a little off killing the Piccolo. I was gutted. I think he will have like 1,000 left. 800, yeah, so nothing, basically. Does mean that whatever Piccolo is up against next turn dies, but yeah, I wasn't too bothered by that, because like I say, you got Future Gohan there, you've got Vegeta there. I'm going first, and he's got no way of surviving, even if he tries to go to his ultimate. In fact, I think I had an ultimate gauge down, didn't I, on my team? I think that's what Videl's running now. I put the every turn, yeah, ultimate gauge down every turn on her. Basically because I was sick of everybody getting their ultimates against me, and because Videl sits in the back row 90% of the time, it was safe to put the ultimate down on her and allow her to just deny my opponent the ultimate that they so dearly crave. I threw Vegito down the middle, mainly because I don't think I've ever seen Vegito's ultimate be used, because he doesn't have that as his trigger square. People don't tend to put a figure in the middle if it's not their trigger square, which is just dumb, really. So what if they've got an ability to proc there? If you've got a figure that's got more attack, you put the figure with more attack there. My Vegito has over 7,000 attack, so you put him there. Admittedly, nobody else has a trigger square down the middle now that Boo's dead, but that's beside the point. The point is, it makes no sense to put a weaker figure there, even if it is a trigger square. So Broly's not going to be enough to finish this, but we've got a Vegito coming in with his ultimate, so that'll be more than enough to finish the job. This was a fun little deck. It's one of my favourites at the minute, slightly behind my Champa one. It's actually jumped above my Range 17 deck, which I quite enjoyed. A lot of Vegeta there. Spirit Sword, and dead. So that was a couple of great games. I really enjoyed them. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe for more of my Hero Colosseum matches. And once again, go out and check SonSantana on Twitch. He's a great guy. You'll learn a lot from him, a lot more than you'll learn from me. And I'll see you next time.